Body swapping movies have entertained audiences for decades, but here's something wild. The original Freaky Friday cast is back after 22 years to prove that lightning really can strike twice in the same place.
Well, that's fascinating timing, especially considering how Hollywood seems obsessed with nostalgia lately. What made them decide to revisit this particular story?
You know what's really interesting about this sequel is how they've completely reimagined the concept. Instead of just doing mother-daughter body swapping, they've created this complex web where 4 different characters end up switching bodies after a freak supernatural incident.
So how exactly does that work with the original stars? Are Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan still at the center of it all?
Oh, they definitely are. And get this, the chemistry between them is apparently just as electric as it was 2 decades ago. Lohan plays Anna, who's now getting married to this restaurateur Eric Reyes, while Curtis returns as Tess, who's become this successful psychologist about to launch her first book tour.
That's quite an evolution for their characters. What about the next generation? I've heard there's some serious drama with their teenagers.
Well, here's where things get really interesting. Both Anne and Eric have 15-year-old daughters who absolutely cannot stand each other. Harper Coleman and Lily Reyes share this tragic parallel of both losing a parent at young ages, but instead of bringing them together, it's created this intense rivalry.
So if we're looking at multiple body swaps, how do they handle all those character transitions? That must be incredibly challenging for the actors.
You know what's brilliant about it? After this sketchy medium named Madame Jen, played hilariously by Vanessa Bayer, performs some unplanned psychic readings, we end up with this wild situation where Tess inhabits Lily's body, Anna switches with Harper, and vice versa. It's like they took the original concept and multiplied it by 2.
That sounds like it could either be totally chaotic or absolutely brilliant. How do they manage to keep all these storylines straight?
Well, they brought in Jordan Weiss, who created Dollface, to work with the original Freaky Friday team on the screenplay. And they've added these modern elements too, like Anna managing this troubled pop star named Ella, who's dealing with a confidence crisis before a huge performance.
Speaking of modern elements, how do they handle the whole social media aspect? I mean, teenagers today are so different from 22 years ago.
That's actually one of the clever ways they update the story. Watching Jamie Lee Curtis try to navigate TikTok and Instagram as a teen is apparently comedy gold. And they've included this amazing food fight scene at school that goes completely viral, with ex-Mayo as the principal getting pulled into the chaos.
That's quite a departure from the original. Do you think it still maintains the heart of what made the first movie special?
Here's what's fascinating. While they've added all these contemporary elements, the core message about walking in someone else's shoes remains intact. Plus, they've layered in these themes about blended families and dealing with loss that really resonate in today's world.
Well, that's certainly more depth than I expected from a family comedy. How does the audience seem to be responding?
So far, it's landing exactly where you might expect. It's got a solid 6 out of 10 rating, which honestly feels right for what it is. It's not trying to change the world, but it's delivering exactly what people want from this kind of movie. Some laughs, some heart, and just enough nostalgia to make it feel familiar without being stale.
Though I have to wonder, in today's world of instant communication and social media, wouldn't body swapping be even more complicated than it was in the original?
You know, that's exactly what makes this version so relevant. It's not just about understanding each other anymore. It's about navigating this complex digital landscape while literally being in someone else's shoes. And when you think about it, maybe that's exactly the kind of perspective we need in this increasingly disconnected world.
You've been listening to Movies First.
Available at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or your favourite podcast player. You can also stream on demand at Bytes.com.
This has been another quality podcast production from Bytes.com.